Hey guys, in this video we will have a look at OxygenOS 11.0 stable port ROM which is ported from OnePlus 8. So with this port ROM the system has been completely changed into OxygenOS as you can see. So for this port ROM most of the OxygenOS features works completely fine like screen calibration, reading mode and other things like these. So under status bar you can find something similar to custom ROM where you can change battery styles. Also you can enable network traffic indicator and battery percentage as well. Also you can do some changes to icon manager as well. Also under customization everything works completely fine like ambient display settings where you can select different types of ambient styles, and then you can also change horizon light which appears on the sides when a notification arrives. So you can select different types of fonts, icon shapes, icon styles and other things like these. Also there are tons of system fonts pre-installed so you can select any of these. Under button and gestures you can find settings related to navigation bar, gestures and power menu. So from here you can do some tweaks to navigation bar and you can enable some different gestures like 3-finger screenshot or double tap to wake. Also you can change power menu long press action to voice assistant. For lock screen and security everything works completely fine from face unlock to fingerprint unlock, and also quick unlock works completely fine. Under utilities you can find some useful feature from OnePlus like work-life balance, app locker and other things. Under system settings you can find Xiaomi parts which is like a kernel manager where you can do some tweaking to thermal profiles, SE Linux mode and some other things like this. So the wideband is L1 by default and safety net is passed by enabling Magisk Hide as you can see here. This code is kinda similar to MIUI which means the performance can be similar or it can be a bit better than MIUI. We'll find it out in gameplay video. Also every test I done was with stock kernel only and the CPU throttling test results looks very impressive with this and the threads were set to 100 but the temperature goes.
Here we go! You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that.
You betrayed me.
Losing Alpha. Ooh, piece of candy. Enemy gun ready for deployment.
Oh shit.
We're capturing Echo. Lost Alpha.
I'm stuck. Can you help me?
Too close. Hey, what? 13 minutes.
Oh my god!
Repeat, you inbound. Lost
Wait a minute!
Charlie. That was close. Hostile Predator missile inbound. Lost Charlie. Capturing C. We're capturing D. Losing
Surprise,
Bravo.
motherfucker!
Enemy down!
So the gaming performance with this port ROM was good for some days only, and even after changing kernel and using different thermal modules, the gameplay is still laggy. Lagginess can be compared to MIUI, and just like MIUI, the game will run completely fine for some time, then it will start to lag. So this port ROM is not the best for gaming. So the bugs that I faced was Dolby Atmos was crashing and then there is audio lag, and both of these bugs that I mentioned happened very rarely. Also the RAM management is not so great, even opening a single app will close the background app. So using it as a daily driver and playing some games on it as well will be very more painful. Luckily it is not laggy in UI, so that is a good thing. So I won't recommend this custom ROM for 3GB users, but if you have more RAM then you can try it out and let me know as well. If you still want to try it out then go for it, as most of the thing is pretty stable and then there is no lag in UI as well. Only the thing of concern is RAM management and gaming performance if you want to play some games. Also if you're going to flash MIUI then don't, cause this one is way better. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Make sure to share this video and follow me on Instagram.
Dancing on the moon.